We might be going live. Stream's up. We are live. Hey, hey, hey. Looks like we're alive. Let's get rid of that. So, welcome to day 3. Day 3, huh? Yes, indeedy. Day 3 of our wonderful game programming series where we're going to make an MMO. Oh, heck. Oh, heck. We're going to make an MMO, huh? So, what shall we do? What shall we do? What shall we do? We'll start somewhere. I think we can start deciding what we're going to do. Hey, hey. Oh dear, I've left myself a note. Yes, we have a memory leak. Isn't that awesome? And I can't see chat when I do that, so bear with me 1 second. Just put something up here, like that. That'll do. Chat can go there. That can go there. Chat can go there. You can go away. I've just had a notification from somewhere. There we go. We have a memory leak. Yes, indeed we do. Let's go and have a look at this notification. Oh, that's the live Discord notification, is it? Alright, well, thank you. I've gone live, by the way. It's just told me. Ooh. Right. We're live. Everything's good. Checking. Good. Excellent. So, what do we got? What we're going to do today? Oh, I'm going to find my pen and hopefully not break it. Thank you. Good grief. Oh, so today, what we got? Let's start the server. I think I prefer capitals. Anything else we want to do? So to do that, we're looking at incoming packages. I'm not going to use the word packages, am I? Because that sounds very networky and very officially type of rubbish. No, we're not going to use that. We're going to use the word data. So, incoming data. What else do we need to do? Reading the data. Yeah. What else do we need to do? And responding. Respond to client. Which is going to be interesting because we haven't got a client to respond to. I don't know if we'll be able to do that, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah. First of all, we've just got to set up the MMO server to actually compile, haven't we? I mean, that's going to be that bit there, really. So this is going to be setting up the server to compile at the beginning. So yeah, this is what our objectives for day 3. What we're looking for is the basics of a server, I guess. Yeah, I'll put my pen away now. And this time I'm going to save it out in case we crash again. File. save. Thank you. This time I'm not going to lose my list of things that we're supposed to do, because I'm going to refer back to that in a minute or two. So first of all, we have a memory leak, and then we're going to be setting up the server. Okay, that's good. And welcome to the stream. Day 3, isn't it, really? There we go. Welcome to day 3. I take questions anytime you want to ask a question. I'm quite happy to chat with anybody that wants to chat with me. And, well, I ask for nothing in return. As long as you have fun. That's all I ask, is that you have fun. Right, let's get a keyboard and get rid of my pad. My pen tablet can go there. That can go there for a minute. And I've got a keyboard again. A keyboard and mouse. Excellent. Oh, come on. Let's get me back together. So, memory leak. Bad times with memory, huh? I tested it this morning. I was nattering with Sil, and I was testing it at the same time. So I was running it on a test for quite a while. And yes, it showed up as a memory leak. If you're wondering how I knew, it's because I've got this thing running here. And that number there started creeping up and up and up and up and up. And that line moved. And as soon as that line moved, I knew we had a memory leak. So there we go. That's what my processors are doing. Isn't that cute? Keep that out of the way, I think. No, don't do that to me. Silly. Silly, silly thing. And, yeah, I've just put it behind something. Well done. There we go. Put that out of the way. I'm going to keep an eye on that today. But as you can see, I've got a mark here. Memory leak. What we've done is every time we go through this while true loop here to show things on the screen, we're taking a surface, SDL surface, we create a texture from the surface, we free the surface up to get our memory back, but what about the texture? Well, we go through the next time and we create a new texture. We go through the next time, we create a new texture. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work very well in the long run. And at the bottom I did put cleanup and calcs. And we did the calcs, but no cleanup. Yeah, well, so yeah. All we have to do is the same, exactly the same as we did for Bob, which is destroy the texture. So all we have to do here is put SDL underscore destroy texture. There it is. And that will be whatever texture we want to destroy, which is text. Texture. That one. We'll have that dead, please. Do we have any other outstanding textures? I don't think we do. We're only doing those two, aren't we? So we've got the text texture and Bob. And Bob gets destroyed there. There's no memory leak. Put him on the screen, yeah, it's the same piece of memory being used every time. No, that's good. Something you got to be careful of is that kind of thing. So that memory leak's now dealt with. Lovely. So that's that finished. Yes. Yes. Do I still need this lot? We dealt with the font, didn't we? Yeah, we dealt with the font. Just the textures. Okay. That's everything we need then. That's brilliant. Wow. That was quick. Done. There you go. Right, no questions? Alrighty. Finish that. Done. Can I just copy that over? Oh, I can. That's nice. That was quick. Client. Copy. To MMO server. Paste. Yeah, that works. Can we rename it though? It's no longer client, it's now server. Rename it. Client to server, please. There we go. That's now a server. Don't need that. I think we might have net there instead. Yeah. Application. Are we going to do the same kind of idea? Yeah, can do. So I need a source. Folder. That's the source folder. We need an exec folder. In the source folder, we need a new file called application. And that will be a.h. Source. New file. We'll call it application.cpp. Lovely. Sorry, my voice. Where's my coffee? Why am I going so fast? Oh, a lot better. So that's our applications done. Great stuff. Let's see what we've got. Exec MMO. We need a main, don't we? That might help. So under here, new file. We'll call it main.cpp. Make sure that's what we've got here. Yes, it is. Lovely. Thank you. Get rid of you. Come on, get rid of you all. Thank you. Build sh won't change, I don't think. No, it won't. So that can just be copied straight over. There we go. That's fine. Got to check it though. We have to check it. Whoops, wrong. You go back. I'll have you, please. Thank you. Workspace. Server. Properties. Permissions. Yes. Okay. That's working nicely. Looking good. Looking good. So have we got everything we need now? Oh, yes. Copy. And paste. I'm not going anywhere without that. That'll stop it giving me a load of rubbish on my source control. Rightio. So now all we need to do is be able to build something. So let's make this into hash include. I'm in the wrong thingy again. Hash include IO stream. Well, that's coming up nicely. That's a good start. Int. Oh. Yeah, we'll just do int main. And printf will be Welcome to the MMO server. There we go, /n. Lovely. Let's make a server. And that's just going to be return 0. There we go, quick program to compile and run so we can get compiling done right. Okay. CPP properties, Linux, workspace, blah 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 blah, whatever. Don't care. Next. Launch is now server. That's the first thing. Server. Workspace true, GDB, blah 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 blah. Why is it in Clang? I don't know. Maybe I should alter that. Not sure. Next one is tasks. Server, please. Build sh stays the same. Everything else stays the same. I think I've got everything there. So terminal, run build task, MMO server. That looks okay. If I go over here, that's on client, so let's change that to server. Can we run it? I don't know what happened. Open launch client. Could not find the task build MMO client. Huh? Oh yes, of course. And what is it on about? Build MMO client. I've got a pre thingy, haven't I, at the bottom? Yes. That's why. That's why. Because I have a pre-launch task to build. Thank you. That should now work on F5. Welcome to the MMO server. We have the right program, we have it building, and that was easy. And that's why I use profiles. Yes. Yes, folks, that's why I use profiles. So what do we got? We've got a complete new thing. We've already got a master, so what should we call this one? It's prototype, isn't it? Create a new branch. Please provide a branch name, and this is prototype. Ah, right, okay. No, fine. That's okay. Cancel. We need our initial commit then. So let's go and do that. And it's on the server, please. Why can't I see them? Ah, there they are. They were hiding from me. Main, pro, Dubries, application, MMO server. Yeah, that's fine. Ah, yes. Initial commit. Because we haven't done anything on here yet. There we go. And now we can change. Oh, I've got to get that through. Okay, now I can change to prototype. Create new branch. Prototype. Okay. There we go. Lovely. We are now on prototype. We can close everything down and get the server open. Source, application.h. I need my Dubry. And it's in MMO client under source. Well, main will do it. There we go. So we'll just copy that. That's lovely. Thank you very much, Mr. MMO client. Oh, wait a minute. We can get rid of that one, can't we? Once we're here. Fixed. Memory. Well, it's day 3, isn't it? There we go, we fixed the memory leak. That's what that's about. So you can go and stop harassing me. Thank you. Fantastic. So that's my bookkeeping done. MMO server is now done. Sorry, client is there-ish. Let's have that. We'll pop you in. That's better. I don't be doing anything. Crimes. Header. Right, there we go. That's your header file done. Application file. Yeah, very funny. So this is our application file. What? Oh, yeah, what are you talking about? Silly application file. Oh, let's have a look. Yeah. Hash. CPP include. And it's application. There we go. That's that there. Namespace is server, I guess. And that's that done. Yeah, that's everything done. Wow. Wasn't hard, was it? Alright, let's have a look at the headers. And into the client for our headers. Source application.h. Right, nothing there really. Okay. Nothing I want to steal from there. Nice one. Looks good. That's set up now. So what we need to do is somehow build a server. So we'll start with application.h. Know that we are going to need a couple of things here. Did do the profile, didn't I? Yeah, I put sdl2.net _net. I hope that's the right file, the right library. We will find out. So hash include. It's having trouble keeping up with me for some reason. Don't know why. SDL2, please. And I will have SDL.h. We'll need SDL2 again, this time for, is it 2? No, it's just SDL _net. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one we want. Are we going to include IOStream? No, I'm not. Take that, Mr. Application. And I've done it in the wrong place, haven't I? This is application CPP, because I'm an idiot. Let's go to the header file. Right, what shall we have? Yeah, we'll have a class. Application. May as well start with a class, can't see why not. And that's just going to be down public. And it's going to be application. Nothing going on here at the moment, so we'll just do the standard destructor application. Which I found, I don't think we needed it last time. So really, I want to structure this in a similar way, or in fact in exactly the same way as the client. So I'm going to steal you. There we go. So that's what we've got. Lovely. And as usual, can we close all of these down now, because I don't know which one's which. That's the problem with using the same name. Finding your next place to be is sometimes tricky. There we go. So all we're doing now is doing the basics, bookkeeping again, just putting an application together. That'll do. Oh god, no, tab it back. Colon, end, back, go. Yep, nothing going on but the rent. So any questions, anybody, about what I'm going to do today? We're going to try and build a network, I suppose. That'll be fun in itself, won't it? With me. Can I get anything right? I don't know. There's got to be one of those moments somewhere today. I just don't know where it's going to be. Yeah, we can pop you in. Nothing much going on there. It's a prototype, so I can really do what I want here. There's no rules as such. There's no rules to which language I use. There's no rules to anything at all. It's prototyping. The only reason it looks like C++ is because it's the easiest prototyping language I know. You might argue that you can do this faster in something like Python or Java, but they present too many complications when I want to actually make the server, because the server is going to be written in C++ or C. There is no way in hell would I make a server out of any other language. So there we go. It's just one of the things. But yes, I could prototype in a completely different language and then do it in C or C++. That is not a problem, really. Can be done. Does that look like an application now? Yes, it does. Excellent. That is excellent. And all we've got to do now is finish our main. So we'll take source, application. That printf hasn't come up with a problem. Why hasn't it come up with a problem? It should have a problem right now. Okay, I want to change this. I don't like it as it is. So hash include. To. No. SDL underscore H, please. Thank you. Underscore log. LOG. Yeah, there we go. That's that. And the only thing we don't need now is that. Lovely. It's just a different way of doing it. There are different log levels and things like that that you can use. So, I mean, that's just one of those things. I don't think I'll be using that yet until I learn how to use it properly. But I want to use SDL in this prototyping, and I want to use it as much as possible. So where I can use SDL, I will do so. It's just so that I get used to using it as a programming library more than anything else. So yeah, server has shut down. Full stop. That'll do. See if that works. Should do. And now what we can do is we can make a server colon application, and we'll call it app. We can do app dot initialize app dot execute. And the last but not least, we can do app dot shut down. There we go. That's it. That's your main program done. Yep. Check it. I don't need to do that, do I? I just press F5, don't I? Yeah. Pre-launch task. Build MMO server terminated with exit code. Oh, right, okay. Cancel that. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. Right. Well, there is actually something in here that I've done wrong. Is there? No, it wasn't that bit. I didn't put anything in here. That doesn't help. That's okay, that's okay. That's okay. That's alright. That's okay. I've made a mistake here somewhere. And I think it needs the things in there. Let's just try that again. App.shutdown app. Function main.cpp undefined reference to server application shut down app. I've made a mistake, have I? Yeah, I have. There we go. There we are. Any questions about that? I just press F5. Does it auto-save? Yes, it does. There we go. Welcome to the MMO server. Server has shut down. And it says info, because it's been logged. Oh, that's cute. Thank you. Oh, that's cute. So I should be able to do warnings and things with that. Ah, alright. Okay. I'm happy with that. So, there we go. That's that done. And that is done there. So, day 3. MMO server initial setup. And I'm on client. Can I be on server, please? Thank you. Day 3. MMO server initial setup. I need to put this in as a start place because it works. Okay, prototype is underway. Excellent. So there we go, let's finish my coffee now. So we've done the memory leak, we've started the server. Awesome, any questions? Anything you want me to go through about setting up a server or setting up a project? Please remember, these are set up as 2 totally independent projects. So I have MMO client and MMO server and MMO SDK, which has nothing in it, as 3 totally independent clients, totally independent projects. So I have added them just as add folder to workspace. So all I've done is added each folder to the workspace so that I can access them easier internally from here. You can access them individually, or you can access them more than one folder at a time. That's the beauty of using Visual Studio Code. You can go into multiple places at one time. So if you have a look, keep grabbing the wrong one. Come here. Why can't I grab it? It's being so awkward. Got it. It's because it's the same colour and I can't see the boundary at the top. Workspace. And so as you can see, like these are all the different things I've actually worked on or I'm working on, and these are separate. All of these are separate things. So the server is separate. Just so you know, that there's no trickery going on here, that it's not one single project, it's 3. So these are 3 projects. So. Right, application.h. I'm not sure what we're going to need here. Let's start off very slowly then with the CPP and see where this takes us. Alright, let's start by initializing things. So we're going to have to initialize SDL. So SDL underscore init. Yep, that's the thing. So let's do that. There we go, that's that done. Oh, sorry, didn't see. Oh, it's Chobo Canin. Hiya. I am using SDL renderer at the moment. Yeah. As I'm doing everything in 2D to start off with. So what I'm doing is a full prototype. We've got the client started. I'm now going to be working on the server side today. If you know what I'm looking at today, it is start the server, incoming data, reading the data, and responding to clients. So on the client at the moment, it doesn't do anything except put our hero on screen type of thing. So there's not really much going on here. It's just a small application. There's no network code in here yet. So we might have to go back and do that after. Set this up as a profiled Qt profile without Qt in. I've taken Qt out and just using their QMake to do a build, a simple building on Linux. If you want to do it on Microsoft, I'd advise using something like Visual Studio. That'll work. Anything really. So it'll be SDL init. What do we want? Don't care at this point what I want. What do we need next? We need SDLnet, I think it is. Underscore init. Yeah, we'll have one of them. Magic. That's got one of them now. So, how are you doing there, Chobo Canin? Shout out to you. Anything you need, let us know. If you want to ask any questions at all about how anything should be done, is done, or why I'm not doing things like error checking, it's because I'm prototyping. Basically, least effort. Least effort to get something done. Hires to all. There you go. And let's see what we can do with SDL. Can I do anything with SDL? Do I know how to do anything with SDL? Right, let's talk about networking just for a second, shall we? Let's just get rid of that for a second. Let's just pop that on screen. Now, yeah. Where's my coffee? Here it is. Networking. We have two choices. And the choices are, let's have a look, we can have UDP and I've forgotten already what the other one's called. Normal. What's the normal one called? Help. UDP versus the other one. TCP, that's it. TCP is what you're using with your browser, usually. When you access the internet, we use TCP protocol because it's safe and can handle things like security. You know, it's secure, it's safe, it's all those things. And as you can tell, that when you have to load a web page, it's also damn slow. And that means we're not going to be using it, unfortunately, for today anyway. We're going to look at a UDP server initially because I want to do movement. Movement is going to be my prime goal at this point. We have Bob, our character, on screen in our client. The next task is going to be to move him. But to move him, we need a server. And this server is going to be the authority over the whole game state. So when we move Bob, we are going to we have to ask the server, are we allowed to move Bob? Not, I'm going to move Bob here. It's, are we allowed to move Bob here? And it's up to the server to say yes or no to that and allow you to move Bob. Sorry. Yeah, never trust the client. You're going to see such a funny thing happen later on when this goes 3D. You're going to see the client split in half. Yes, I'm going to be splitting the client into two parts when it goes 3D. And it's going to become even more funny about the security on it. Even funnier, should I say. So we're going to use UDP, which is not secure, it's blooming fast, and it acts a bit like the postal system does. You put a letter in the post box and it gets sent. No guarantee that it's going to get there. And it works just about as well as a post office. Oh, how so and why? You'll see. You'll see. It's an idea that I've got. It might be completely wrong, so it's because I'm prototyping. I'm going to try it. I'm going to split the client into two parts. One is going to be the game itself, the renderer, the 3D renderer, and the other half, or other program, is going to be the user interface, or GUI. So it's going to have two parts. I'm going to split it into two programs. You're going to say, why, aren't you? Well, it's safer than threading. Think about that. Why thread? And I'll show you. Look, this is my system monitor. I've got 12 CPUs. Most people today have 2+ on CPUs. I can run 12 programs next to each other quite happily, without a problem. As you can see, I'm now currently running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, and a few more. So I've got about 12 programs running right now. Where's my CPU loads? I've only got spikes going on. Yeah. It's not exactly stretching my system, shall we say. I'm not under pressure whilst even streaming to give the results I'm getting on those squiggly lines. So splitting the client into two allows us to use multiple CPUs more efficiently without doing a damn thing, without programming it. It's up to your operating system. Because remember, your operating system should be sharing the load of the actual running the programs across its CPUs as it sees fit. Why should we program threads and then manage threads and make sure that the threads are being processed across many CPUs and do all of that programming when we've got an operating system that can do it for us? So that's my theory. Will it work? Hell knows. I've never seen it done. I don't see it in normal games today. Yeah, it certainly does. You're quite right. Yeah, totally agree with you. But I don't see today's programming in games, especially on a multi-program front. They're treating game programs as game programs have always been, rather than as a game program being more like an operating system, which is running lots and lots of systems. No, that's all done by the operating system. So no, it doesn't have any design problems at all. Unix is many programs. Your operating system is many programs. It doesn't have problems, does it? Unless it's called Windows. And it's got plenty of problems. So yeah, it might cause problems on Windows. It won't on Linux. The Unix system was built using C initially, and C is a beautiful language where you can pass information between programs quite easily. No. Operating systems run on many programs. You can set up one of the clients in the background running as a system program if you want. Yes, I know. Absolutely know that, but it's designed off those principles. It's still designed with those principles in mind, so that programs can talk to each other. Well, yeah, I'm not going into the operating systems, sorry, but yeah, what I'm trying to get at is, why build a game as one solid program when you can build a game more like an operating system? Yeah. But yes, it could cause problems. Those problems are things I want to learn. I want to learn why they don't do it that way. Yeah, I mean, they use .dlls, don't they, on Windows? So they have quite a lot of .dlls. But that isn't actually running a separate program. Trying to think if they do it anywhere. I mean, they have the login program, then they have the main program. So there are two programs involved, but the main game program itself runs everything, the UI included. So if you, what I'm want to do is take the renderer out of the game system and have that run separately, so that it's not how can you put it, influenced by the UI system, so it can run at full speed easier. You can, and then if you've got a problem with like frames per second, you don't start looking at the wrong part of the program or where the problem is. You can start isolating parts of your problems with your game itself into separate programs. And by doing that, you can then write cleaner code at the end of the day, I hope. Absolutely, yeah. If your renderer crashes at any point in time, you can restart it from the UI, because the UI is running separately. That's the whole point of that. Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm aiming for. I want to crash a server. So let's get on with our day. Sorry, I'm not typing at the same time, am I? So yeah. So I was sitting back there having a natter. I'll do that a lot. Don't you worry. I have the time of day to natter with everybody. You're not a distraction. You're the whole point of this. This series is not about the code. This series is about you lot. You lot and what you want to talk about. It's a game programming club. You are the club members, as far as I'm concerned. What you ask about and what I talk about is up to you. It's not up to me. But in the back, if nobody asks me a question or I've got nothing to talk about, all I do is do this code on the side. This is really a side project. So yeah, if you've got any problems with your own code, let me know. You might be doing your own project, doing something else. Let me know if you've got problems. I don't mind. I'll have a look. My time is your time. Let's see. I'm hoping that people are going to get something more than just me typing on a keyboard from all of this. I mean, if you can get something out of this that you specifically want to know, that's even better. Excellent. Yeah, take care there. If you want to go and do some programming, you go for it, mate. Good on you. Shout out. Well done, Chobo Canin. A programmer, obviously. Excellent. Nice of you to pop in. I'm thinking about a UDP socket now. I've talked about UDP nearly. Oh, thanks for following. Yay. That really does help, actually. That means I've got 10 followers now. Oh, excellent. I've broken a boundary on Twitch. And it's day 3. Ace. Sorry. Totally distracted by that idea. UDP packets, sockets and packets, yeah. UDP, it's like the postal service. You can send it, it might not be received. So what we're doing here is unreliable, but it'll work, I hope. If it's too unreliable, then it's usually due to an internet connection rather than the UDP. So let's have a look at the header. Here, yeah, we've got those two thingies there. What are we having? Socket. Can we just have a UDP? Oh, here we go. We'll have a UDP socket. We'll have one of them. And this brings me back to something that somebody asked on day one. Oh my God. I just had a thought. I answered a question on day one about passing by reference. Somebody asked me about why is it faster to pass by reference and things like that, because you're passing an address rather than the whole data. You're not copying the whole data, you're just passing an address to a function. And I actually gave the wrong answer, because I said, yeah, you just go for star, pointers. And that's wrong. I only thought about it last night. I came because I was looking at that memory leak. I was trying to find a memory leak. And of course I checked pointers. It's one of the first things I do when I've got a memory leak. And of course the first thing I found was the memory leak was being caused by a pointer. The quickest way isn't to pass by pointer. The quickest way is to pass by reference. And that's different. So what you do is, you don't put the star there for starters, but I'm going to have a star there. So I've got a server socket. I'll show you what I mean. If I can't pass anything here, I've got nothing to pass. Okay, let's look at a function that we've already used. Here we go. This SDL log. Okay? This passes that text by reference, and I know it does. Let's have a look. SDL blah blah blah. There you go. Star format. Const char star format. I've got an interruption. What, love?
Windows open.
Okay, no, right, got you. Okay, the windows are open. So it's passing by reference. The server has shut down. And that's a standard thing that's going to happen when you're using strings. You will usually pass by reference a string. So you pass the address of the first part of the string, and there is an end character attached at the end of that already, because it's a string. That's how it knows. That's why we use the quotes. So it knows what to print out. But it's only printing out from the address to the end marker. And that's how it works. And that's fast. That is faster than copying all of that over to the function and then printing all of that out. And that's passing by reference, not passing by pointer. Passing by pointer, when we make a pointer, good, now I can talk about pointers, it says. When we make a pointer like this, we are making this on the heap, and there are two parts of memory. Let me just show you. So here we go. So you have your, I'll put it here, CPU, okay, which is here. You have the stack memory, which is adjacent or on the chip, depending on your chip. And then you have the heap. Now I can only go from years and years and years ago how they used to be. How it used to be is your CPU was built with the stack inside it. Like you would get a CPU and it would have a classification like 512K, and that would be your stack. And your heap would be your computer's memory. That's how it used to work. Nowadays, yeah, they use magical tricks and magical CPUs that do magical things, but they still have a stack and a heap. And the heap is out there in memory land. The stack itself is usually very small compared to the heap. So the stack size may be like 1-2 meg. think it might be 2 meg on my CPU. Don't know. Actually don't know. I've got 12 CPUs. God knows how to calculate it. Or how I'd look it, where to find it. I'd have to look it up. I'd have to look up the size of my stack. I've got no idea how much information I can fit in here. I've never encountered a Stack Overflow, which is a famous website, by the way, where people go to ask about programming problems. It's called Stack Overflow because it's a joke. People overflow their stacks by putting too much information in there. The heap is the rest of the memory. A heap overflow means you run out of memory on the machine itself. No, I've never had one. Never had a Stack Overflow. Never in my life. Even when we had 512K and things like that. The initial stack that I had to work with was 1K. And I never had a Stack Overflow. But in those days I was writing in assembler, not in C, and we were on a 32K machine. So, yeah. And 1K stack was huge. So yeah, let's get rid of that. So there we go. Yeah, I've played with assembler. I say play, but I can't tell you what I used to do with assembler because it was illegal. So you know what I was doing with it. But I grew up and I grew out of that phase, and now I'm a complete legal programmer nowadays. Honest, I don't do any of that anymore. So by making server socket a pointer, I've put it on the heap, which is somewhere out there in 32 gigs of memory, which is on my computer. Now, what I thought about last night was about the question he asked, is it faster? And I replied, use a pointer. And I was wrong. You should use a by reference, which is literally instantaneous. By reference stays inside of our stack, because each function will then, if you're in your stack and you call a function, the function is brought into the stack. If there's not enough stack room, the stack is empty behind it. So the stack is movable. And if it's locked, then it can come back, but there is an accumulator. Okay? But it works. It is a stack. Literally, it goes on top. So your function comes in top, and you pass by pointer. If you pass by reference, your data doesn't move out of the stack. That's what I'm trying to say. If you pass by pointer, the data has to be brought in from the heap. So it isn't quicker to pass by pointer. It's quicker to pass by reference. Passing by reference stays in the stack. Passing by pointer pulls information out of the heap. And that takes 40 nanoseconds if you've got good memory. It will take more than that if you've got bad memory. And if you remember from yesterday, I was putting up in milliseconds how much time each frame was taking. It was taking about 300 or so milliseconds, taking 40 nanoseconds to access 1 byte of information out of your heap memory is starting to it will add up very quickly into a millisecond, and you will actually be slow. So pointers are not as fast as you think they are. There you go. A little memory lesson for you. You will see me use by reference a lot because of that, and I usually do. I will normally make the window on stack and then issue the window by reference to the application. That is how I would normally do my main. I would do it that way round. So the window gets generated and then you pass the window, keeping it on the stack by reference and loading the application into the stack, which is, in my mind, a better way of doing things and a lot faster, especially on initializations where it matters. We've got a server socket. What can we do with it? I still got distracted. Wow, I am under distraction today. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which white hat that comes under, but I don't know. sometimes I just program and I just use the first variable type that comes into my head. The next day I'll look at something and think, why the heck did I do that? And I know, and I'll never know why I did it. So what have we got? I forgot what we got now. Server socket, that's it. And that should be a member variable, shouldn't it? I always put an M in front of them. There we go. Let's do it proper. So we're going to need to assign that a value as something, aren't we? So server socket equals. It's not new because it's a function, which I find strange. SDL does work in strange ways. It works in a C kind of way. Well, maybe it's C. There we go. It's going to be a UDP thing, isn't it? Open, maybe. Let's close. Yeah, we'll have an open. How do we open it? We give it a number. A uint16 port. Okay. So I'll have a port. A uint16, huh? So uint16 port. And we'll make that, 2019, I think. Oops, my numlock wasn't on. 2019. Now what have I done? Have I got a hidden character in there? Really? Is that what it says in the manual? Interesting. Yeah, SDL is C, yes, I bet it is. I can tell by the way it's looking at me here and going, what on earth is that? Pika problem. Do I put new in front of it? No. I think I'll rewrite that line, because I think I've actually messed that line up with my numpad. It will do that. Sorry to say. I think it's left a character on there. So m underscore server socket equals SDL underscore UDP underscore open sesame port. Have I got something wrong? Yeah, I got something wrong. Okay. Let's have a look then. SDL2. Oh no, it isn't. Underscore net. Let's have a look at you. SDL2, all the documentation on this site. Okay, docs, browse, source. Okay. One page HTML. Okay. Getting started. Include, yeah. I think we've done that. Hope I've got it right. SDL in it, yeah. Quit. Yeah. I've done those, yeah. Yeah, the variable's UDP socket. That's a good point, is it, actually? The variable is, yeah, UDP socket start m underscore server, which is why I'm finding that error strange. Very strange. Resolve sockets, TCP. I don't want TCP. Where's UDP? probably after TCP. Here we go, UDP circuit. Open. It doesn't say. Ah, it's not a star. That's why. That's nice to know. Okay. So our socket is not a star. Interesting. That is very interesting. So I don't have to set it to null. Right. What type of variable is that then? I bet it's a structure. Okay, I'll ignore that. This is prototyping. I'll ignore that. So there we go. That's that done. Right, we've got a server socket. What would we need next? Yeah, struct. Yeah. I've just realised you don't hear what I say until like a delay of I think it's like 5 seconds or something. I didn't set it, by the way. It's just Twitch does that. It delays what I say, and for God knows why. Let's have a look. What should we do next? We shall make a packet. We're going to need some data, aren't we? So let's do that there. So let's not put any more stars on for now. And we want a UDP packet. And we'll just call that m_data in. There we go. That'll do. It's a good enough variable, isn't it? So what will that equal? We need to set that up, don't we? Because I bet that will be a struct. Data in is now a struct. So m_data in equals, we need to set the struct up, SDL net underscore alloc packet, and it'll need, we'll give it 1K. UDP is very small packets. From memory, oh, where am I from? Britain, England. I don't mind you asking that. No, I'm here in England. Hi, Brexit. SDL allocate packet. They're talking about Boris downstairs on the TV. That's why I'm up here doing this. So allocate packet allocates a size, an amount of space that we can use for our packets. In the old days, you had a max size of 512K on data packets for UDP. Nowadays, I think they can use up to 2 meg. Sorry, yeah, 2 meg. I think they can go up to. Or is it 2K? They're a weird size now. TCP, you can block together as much information as you want. There's a way of sending TCP that makes just makes all the information go, and it doesn't matter about its like size. Ah, that reminds me. I need to investigate something today because I'm going to do something that I don't agree with. Doesn't that sound strange? I'm actually, because I remember I put this together from reading that rubbish. Yeah, I do things that I don't agree with because I want to know what happens. I've never done this before, like this anyway. This is a bit strange to me. Let's ignore that. So we've got a couple of initializations first of all. What do we need to shut down? Right. So let's see if I can get this in reverse order or not. So that's going to be SDLnet underscore UDP. I know I spotted it. UDP close. Yeah, I did spot it. So that's the opposite to UDP open. So that's the opposite to the server socket. So that's going to take the server socket, isn't it? Yes, it is. So that's m_server socket. Good. That makes that easy. I understand that one. Do we need to delete the data allocation? There's a 1K there. Okay. So if you can allocate a packet, can you delete a packet or destroy a packet area? Don't know. Bind, unbind. Remove all assigned IP addresses from a socket channel. Send. Okay. So there's nothing there really, is there? It's just UDP open and close. It doesn't say anything about allocating the sockets. So I need to know more about the sockets, I think. Let's just have a quick look up here. Init, quit, get, right. Doesn't really say in the general functions. Working with UDP sockets. Open, close. Net, yeah, we've done that. Bind, unbind. Well, we're going to get to that. We haven't got there yet. We've only just got to allocating the socket. Hold on a minute. No. Yes, this is a bit weird. So we can open. We can allocate a socket, it seems, but I've now got 1K of memory floating around, which I don't want. Free packet. Ah, here we go. Free a UDP from memory. Do not use this UDP packet after this function is called on it. Returns nothing. Always succeeds. So that comes with the allocate packet stuff. We can resize. Else. Well, I'm going to do that then. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, I'm glad I thought about that. So SDLnet underscore free packet open, and we just put our packet in, which is m underscore data in. Excellent. And it doesn't like it. No suitable conversion from UDP packet to, right, okay, so ampersand sign. Thank you. So I've got those two now. Glad to do these like this. What's next? SDLnet itself. So that will just be SDL. Now we're free to close that. So that'll just be quit, won't it? It usually is. Yes. SDL works that way. And SDL itself. There we go. So that's that done. So we've got our initialize and we've got our shutdown done. Wow, that's going good then. At this point, I've been on the line now typing for just over an hour. Well, not typing, but chatting for just over an hour. I've been chatting more than I've been typing. Now I've got this again. What? I've now got you. What? is he? What is he? Is that just changed all of a sudden? Oh, God. Stop it. Stop giving me red lines. I hate you. I hate you, Microsoft squiggly lines. No, I don't. They are very useful. Right, that's correct. So I'll leave it up on screen for a second. What I'm going to do is I need a brew. I don't know if you need a brew yet, but I certainly do. My voice is going a little bit, so I'm going to go and get a brew. I'll go and get some cold drinks as well. Okay, let's see, what can we do? Okay, so I'll just put it at the bottom here. Back in 7 mins, go grab a coffee. There you go. So, get that out of the way. Right, okay, right, back in 7 mins, I'll go grab a coffee. A brew, yeah. B-R-E-W, by the way. Back soon. we're nearly back. There we go. Ow. That hurts. Getting back in the chair now. Oh, what's in chat? BRU, yes, bro. Bro. I'm just gonna go and get a bra. Yeah, that would be funny. Maybe I should have said that. It means something completely different to me. I'm trying to remember what it means to me. But that's going back in memory a long, long time, 40 years or so, so no. I've got some cold drink now as well. So I don't have to go and get more. I've brought a bottle of cold drink as well, which I'm not allowed to advertise. It's a bottle of a black, bubbly, burpy liquid. Put it that way. High in sugar content and 1 litre. Right, let's get on with this. Right, the server we are going to create is... I know, I'm not allowed to advertise. So we're going to create here is very simple, a very simplistic, stupidly simplistic and very naive way of doing things. So if anybody out there knows any better, that's all good and well. But for a prototype, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the very raw, bare metal and bare bones server. Yeah, it ain't going to be able to do much. But we do have a socket and we do have some data in. Do we have to connect? No, because it's UDP, it's not TCP. We can just send data anytime we want, but we do have to listen on a specified port. That's why I put a port there. So our port is going to be 2019. Why 2019? Because it happens to be this year. Yeah, that's the only reason why I've chosen 2019. It's because it's the year, and I can remember that easily, and it helps when I'm doing the next part, which is in the client. That's it. How are we going to do this? Well, it's going to be a while loop, isn't it? Really? Yeah, let's do a while loop. How are we going to get out of it? We can get out of it by receiving a packet. Sorry, a packet of data. That will form a test. A very simple test. So, to make it as simple as possible, we'll just do a while true. So, while true. I think that's the easiest way of doing this. And we'll just do an if. So if we need to receive now. So SDLNet, how do you receive? You'll do it by SDLNet underscore UDP probably. And I bet there's a receiver. Is it going to be receive? Yeah, I think so. Right, let's do that. What do you need? You need our socket, which is server socket. Remember, I've never done this before. This is the first time I've ever seen this, so yeah, I'll have server socket. And the next bit is a UDP packet, which is data in. I mean, I've done a full TCP server with tons of stuff in it. That's on my YouTube channel. If you want to go and watch it, feel free. But yeah, I've covered TCP quite a lot. I've never done a UDP one. And I know it's different, so let's put my packet there, underscore data in. Now there's just seen something on there that's important. Turn packet, yeah. If it did not arrive, well, it won't know. It'll be -1, so it just won't trigger the if statement. The channels are checked in highest lower order, so if it's bound to a multiple channels, yeah. Address bound to return. Function returns number of packets. Right, yeah. On error, does not block. So it can return 0 packets pending. So that is literally an on or off statement. So yeah, it'll do an if statement, it'll return a 0. That's false. If it returns a number, it'll be true. I think that'll work. I think it will. Gut feeling? Yeah, okay. That's important, that it's non-blocking. If it was blocking, it would sit there and wait, and the whole program would grind to a stop and just sit there and wait. So we don't want that. We want to be able to do other things. If it's not receiving data, then we want to be doing something else, like sending data, maybe. Yeah. So SDL underscore log. Let's put in here the game server received data. There we go. That'll do. That's okay. Right. This is how I think it's supposed to be done. And this is a bit I disagree with. So I'm going to take a uint 8. I'm just going to take that. We'll call it the data. The small 8-byte unsigned integer. Okay. We'll call it the data, and we'll set that equal to what's our data called? mdataIn. What can we have? It's an yeah, it's an asterisk. It's a pointer, sorry. The data equals that one there. Yeah, it is a struct. Good. That's working nicely then. M underscore data in. What? It's uint UDP packet data. Right, okay, what's wrong here? A value type uint 8 star cannot be used to initialize an entity of uint 8. Really? Yes, it can. Now, stop messing me about. Okay. We saw other stuff on there. So let's just take... what else have we got in there? I don't actually know. mdata in. What's that one? Int. Okay. Int. Length of data. And I'm not reading chat. No, that's okay. Length of data equals that. And I better have to dereference it again, do I? Okay, now I'm confused. All right. What a brilliant struct. Thank you. I love this struct already. It varies between pointers and non-pointers. Thank you. Let's try logging that. Let's see, data received. This isn't going to work well, is it? No. Data received. That's going to have to be an asterisk, isn't it? I don't know. Just leave it alone for a minute. Yes, it is. Thinking this through now. It's a uint 8, so that's %u. Comma length of data, and that's just going to be data in bytes. That's important. Bytes. Bytes received equals %d. I can shut it off now. And the data. Let's try 0. And it should let us because that's a star. Yeah. Comma. And that's just length of data. Let's try logging that, and then we can break out the while loop and finish the program. That will close the program down. Right, that's the simplest program I think I can write for receiving data and actually printing out some information to the console. I actually really don't like it. I think that's the worst program I've ever written. I actually don't even know if I can access this if I run it. But first things first, let's just see if I can build it. So, server, there we go, that one. There we go, yeah, we can build it. Dare I run it? Right, check for memory leaks. The only memory leak we could really have is with these two items here. And we've got those two items covered. Anything else in here? That dies on that. That dies on that. Everything inside here dies when it reaches that bracket and that breakpoint. So that breakpoint will actually kill that information. That's good. Application looks good. Application H looks good. Wow, main. It'll just run it. Click the button. There it is. Sat there, waiting for information. Hostname port. Okay. Telnet. 127.0.0.1. I think it's just space, and then 2019. And then message. Hello. Too many arguments. How do I send data? Let's just try connecting then. Connection refused because Telnet is TCP, isn't it? How do I change Telnet into UDP? No idea. Oh well. I've got a server running. Right, let's get on with the programming. That's the first part. Server's running. We're happy. Oh, I can stop it here. Thank you. I'll stop it there. We need to be able to send. We need to be sending, don't we? So we can't do that from here. Client. Source. Application. Get rid of that. That's going to sense. That's going to do breed to screen until we close the program. That's on initialize. Right, on initialize, well, shall we send hello to the server whilst we're initializing? Yeah, why not? Okay. Hash include SDL2 SDL underscore net. Yeah, there it is. Okay. And I think we're going to need the same two variables, aren't we, really? The same kind of thing. Well, in this case, we want to send instead of receive. Okay. I think I can handle that, sort of, nearly. So, server. Source. H. Okay. So, UDP. Socket. And we're going to have M underscore server socket. No, we're going to have client socket. Do we need a socket? I don't know. I think we will. Okay. This is called client, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Client. With an N. Socket. UDP. And that's sweet. Hedge, man, hedge. Yeah, take care there. Chobocanin. Good luck to you. And let's have a look. We need a packet. So we've got a socket. We need a packet. That sounds good. Alright, that'll do that. Initialization is I've got no ideas if I am going to be doing this right or wrong. Right, well, first thing I want to do is put ourselves an SDL netinit in here, and then I think I might need to look this up, because I don't think I know what I'm doing properly. And I don't like guessing. In fact, I don't guess. Ever. We don't need a port, we can just send. Okay, UDP. Okay. So yeah, we do need to allocate a packet. That's for certain. Okay. So we'll do that. So m underscore data out equals SDL underscore SDL net underscore allocate packet. Oh no, I went the wrong way. That one. I'm just using 1K because it's a good enough thing that we can use. It's a number I'm pulling out of the air. 1K, it seems like a good number. I hope it works. I haven't looked into the safety of doing 1K. So that's data out. And as we know, we need to free that data. So I'm going to do it here. Yeah, and we'll do it all as one piece to start off with. So SDL net underscore, which one is it? Free packet. That's right. There we go. Pop you in. After that we can do SDL net underscore quit. Don't have to keep it open to run the program, so I won't. I'll put a partition on that as well. Lovely. So all I want to do is send that packet. Do I need a socket to send a packet? And that's, don't do that on me. There we go. Okay. Let's move around a bit in here. I want to send V. Do I? Here we go, send. It needs a socket, it needs a channel, and it needs a packet. So yeah, we do need a socket. Okay. So let's do that. We might not, but I'm going to do it anyway. So let's put ourselves a socket in here. So we'll do it exactly the same way as we did before. So it's uint 16. Uint 16 port equals, use the same port, why not? 2019, because it's easy to remember. Don't have to, by the way. But that's where I want to be sending to. So yeah. M underscore, may as well keep it all as client. Client socket equals SDL net. All I'm doing is basically taking stuff from the right hand side and putting it on the left, which is why I don't like long lines. Open, and we'll give it a port. Open a UDP network socket. If port is non-zero, the UDP socket is bound to a local port. The port should be given a native byte order, but is used internally in network beginning byte order, in addresses, etc. This allows other systems to send to this socket via a known port. I can put a 0 here. I don't have to specify the port to send on. But I'm going to. Yeah. But that... No. Let's put a 0 in there and find out what happens. Okay. So this, I think, might get eliminated. So I've got everything there. All we need to do then is send a packet. So we just need some data. I want to send hello, don't I? So what would that be? Charter. This is what I'm thinking. Helps if I don't put a capital C on it. I'm thinking that. So, m_data. This is a bit weird. Out. Data. Equals message sent. Right, what does it need? Cannot be assigned to an entity of type uint8 star. Why not? To uint8 message dot. That's an arrow. So I need a uint8 message. Message sent equals hello to ASCII. I mean, that's right. Now, what's going on here? No. No. I can't make this equal to anything. don't like this at all. It's bloody awkward. That works. Now you can see my problem with this. Does anybody know what the code for E is? I don't believe that. Is there a better way of doing this? Can I not use braces? No, not those kind of braces, these kind of braces. It would be char H. No, it's not allowing me to do these kind of things. I don't like this at all. .104 is that, by the way, if anybody's wondering. H-E-L-L-O. I don't believe I'm doing this. That's right. Okay, I've got some data and I can send it. Right. So I was looking at now all of that to get a message. I don't believe it. This is ridiculous. But anyway, this seems to be the way they want to use it. So UDP send num sent. If not num sent, there's a net error. Okay. Num sent is an int. Okay. So int num sent equals sdlnet underscore UDP send. I should have all the bits to do this now. So we need a socket, which is the client socket, m underscore client socket. Right, we've got that one. Int channel. Don't know. Sorry. If the channel specified, the packet will be sent to the address in the source member of the packet. Right. So this packet has more information in it than I thought. So I don't just put data in it, I have to put everything else in it, don't I? Okay. So it should be -1 and then the packet. But I haven't set the packet up properly. And then mdata out. Or message. Mdata out. Yes. Right. Okay. So we've put a message in, but we haven't obviously finished it. So let's have a look what else we need to do. Mdata out. Address. Okay. Is an IP address. Okay. Yep. 127.0.0.1. Do I put a port on there or not? Okay. I don't believe this. Why is it so difficult to use this thing? 1 second. 1 second. I've done this before. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I'm starting to recognize this as some kind of TCP thing that I did. Which was my main machine. Well, it's on my Windows machine, should I say. Which is there. Okay. Won't be there. Be in the source code. Right, let's see what I've done in the past. Don't need you open anymore. So on networks, how do I set up the IP address? I go into these. This is all my networking code, by the way. So that's your starter, that's your doobry. Where's your initializer? I bet it's in a different goddamn place. Address IP. SDL, resolve IP, blah de blah de blah de blah. That's TCP. Why do I need to do all of that? Do I need to do all of this for UDP? Shouldn't have to. If you need an IP address, then you have to resolve it. Or get it from somewhere. See, it comes from there. That line there. That's where it's getting it from, because that's an AND. That's passing by reference, by the way. If you're interested, that's from me going on about that earlier. That's passing by reference. You put an ampersand inside in front of it, so you only send the address, and it stays on the stack. So that's a very fast way of doing things. This doesn't make sense to me. None of this makes sense to me. I don't understand why I would want to resolve the host when there isn't one. Send a packet using UDP socket using the packets channel as the channel. UDP socket, blah blah blah, int number. Send. Oh right, yeah, you just put packet channel in there. Comma packet. How does it know where it's sending it to? This is what's getting me. I need a port and a place to send it to. So I'm going to need an IP address and a port to send it to. Saying that you send it like that is totally irrelevant. I mean, I can read that. UDP bind. Am I missing something? What's this UDP bind thing? The channel to assign address to. This should be less than... Okay. Okay, this sounds more like it. This is what I haven't done. Okay, all outgoing packets on the channel, regardless of the packet's internal address, will attempt to send once on each bound address on that channel. Okay. Channel, bind, UDP sock, which I think we've got. Then it's -1 and the address, which is an IP address, which I haven't got. Struct, okay, host and port. So that's the IP address. How do we put that in? As a uint32. Encoded in network bytecode, yeah, network bytecode, yeah. Type contains information, user form, and network, yeah. And then we come to resolve. Got it. Just that there, that's what I need. I don't need to know the port, do I? I just need to put the port in here. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Let's close that down for a minute so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Pop you up. Right. Let's try this again and try and get it in the right order. That's going to be the message. Right. So, what we need is to create a way of sending an address. So, yeah. That's wrong. We should really do this all first, shouldn't we? So, where are we starting from? We're starting from 44 here. So, this is the added code. So I can see where we are. Do we need a port? No. We certainly don't. We're not getting to the reply stage yet. Client, UDP open. Not sure. Data. Blah de blah. Message. Okay, let's start from here. And try again. So I need an IP address. So I need that taking out of there. Cut. Putting in here, please. So, IP address. Let's start with that. And let's call it address. There we go. Next, we shall SDLNet resolve host. So SDLNet underscore resolve host. There it is. And for that we need the IP address, which is and IP address. We also need the host, which is this is starting to make more sense, 127.0.0.1, and then we need the port, which is 2019. Easy one to remember. Right, now we have that. That's the IP address that we've got now. Let's go one more back. Now we can SDLNet UDP bind. Okay. Which is our missing link, I think. SDLNet UDP underscore bind. There it is. Let's try doing that now. So we need a socket, and we haven't got one, because our socket is here. What else do we need here? Channel and an IP address. Okay, so we've got a socket now. Channel -1, comma, and an IP address. IP address. What's that? That's a star. So that's an and. Passing by reference again, yes, which we should be doing. Right, so we now bind it. Okay. Which means we can now, or should be able to now send. On that -1 channel. mout data is now going to go to there automatically. Bring this down again so you can see what I'm reading. I'm reading through the send notes. If anybody's got any hints, by the way, on stream, I'm quite open to hints. I've never tried sending a UDP packet in my life. I've always used TCP. This is the first time I've actually put my foot down and said, no, I'm going to start with UDP this time instead of making the excuse that we need to start with TCP because we need to log on. No. I want to do that second. Okay, that's the sendv version. Okay. Packet channel. Well, we can just use -1. Packet. Okay, I'm going to try it on that. Just with what we've got there now. So the data equals whatever data we've got. That's still not happy. Data out equals what? What have we got here? Oh, right, yeah, I was trying to get the address sorted out, wasn't I? It doesn't matter. The address is irrelevant because the address is tied to the channel, which is -1. Or we could just put 1 in, I suppose, and send everything on channel 1 to that address. I don't know, I'm going to try that. I mean, that's as bare bones as I can make it, I think. Data out equals that. Then we change it. We get a message. We set the data to the message, and we send the data out on the on that channel, which is number 1, which holds the IP address and the port. To me, that makes sense. Alright, just split again now. I created some things here, didn't I? Client socket and data out are both being used. Yes, so we keep them. Right, that's all I want you to know. Fantastic. Does it build? Ooh. Of course. -L SDL2 underscore net. There we go. That might help it a little touch. Client. Does that just work? I think it worked. It's hard to tell with this thing sometimes. Opening turn. Make clean, please. And cure. Exit. Thank you. You're up, you're done. And terminal. Run build task. Client. Warning unused variable num sent. Oh, yes, I was going to check it, wasn't I? I was going to use that as the log. Oh, I'm a numpty. I really am. Of course, num sent's not used. Num sent. Okay. So, what we do is we now... This is our test piece, which is why it's... There you go. There we go, we've marked it now. We've got a test going on here. So that means I'm allowed an HDL log if num sent then we can do an SDL log thingy. There we go. And that will be message sent to server, I think. Else SDL underscore log message Message send function failed. That'll do. Yeah, that looks okay. So let's run the server. So all we do now is we go to our server and we run it. This is never going to work, is it? So yeah, as you can see, that's what the server looks like now. We'll just put that to one side though, because it's going to disappear as soon as I move this over. Client. Just move you over. So press F5. Can't press F5 when you're in that screen. Exactly. Yeah, that wasn't good. Come back. So I can see ya. Don't need you open. So now we're on the client. Just click that. And we see if we get a message sent or not. Message send function failed. So no, we haven't got a message yet. Okay. Darn it. Okay, -1. -1. I'll leave it to its own devices, I think. I think I might need to put that information into the data out, though. Let's try that. m_data out. And it's the address equals the IP address, because we know what that is now. And m_data out. Let's see if we can try and do things properly. That's the address, channel, data length, max length data. Well, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. I'm just going to try and fill in as many of these as I can. Data out. Channel equals -1. I don't think I have to put that in, because I've already got it there. Okay, let's try again. MMO client, run 2. Message sent to server. The game server received data. Data received 104. That's the H. Length of data in bytes 5. We said hello. Server shut down. Continue. Done. There you go. UDP servers. That was fun. Whee. So, we now have a way of... yeah. Dealing with the server. Yeah. Right. Why don't I like this? Why did I say I'm going to do some programming that I don't think is right or I don't like? This doesn't look... This is... No. No. It looks as though it's doing something... It's just way OTT. Oh my god, I just got serious about programming. Yikes! That's a new one for me. I don't take anything seriously. But at least we did it. I think we can get rid of a few things, though. I don't think we needed to put the channel on. So, right. Take that line out. And it'll still work. There you go, message sent to server. I know that'll work, so I'm not really bothered about it. I knew that I didn't need it when I did it. Right, message sent, hello. Oh, that's a nice way of building a message. Individual characters. I'm thinking strings would be better. There's some black bubbly burpy liquid. Any comments? Any questions? Anything you want to chat about? You can interrupt me at any point. We've got a server working though. Which is, I think, the goals for today, is it? GIMP, come back here. Start the server, incoming data, reading the data, respond to client. We haven't done the respond to client bit. That will mean, I think I'm going to leave that one for a minute, because I don't like what we've done already. Which means I stop. This is where I think you're going to find out how I program. What I do is I stop and think about things. And that isn't really very good to stream, me watching the screen and thinking about things. So, where are we up to, OBS? We're up to 2.5 hours, so that's not a bad stream, I think. I think we're going to cut our losses there. We do have a client now and a server. So, server, we can run. Ta-da! I have to put it somewhere else. Here will do. And then client, run. And you can already see from here that it's working. So everything is now working as intended by the notes that I've been reading on the internet. Now I've got to get inventive, and that takes time. So normally at this point, I think that's it. I think this is a stream wrap. We do have a message sent to a server, server being able to receive that data and access and read that data. Okay, test over with. I think that's the programming finished for today. So any questions? The last second questions? I know that this stream is, what I say is delayed. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to quickly type in anything you want to know about. I'll talk about anything. The weather. It's blooming hot and bright out there. So, what I would like you all to do is hopefully take away from this a server and have fun with what we've done so far. And I'm going to go relax, have a break, come back and start looking at the code properly. So you lot, you know, take care. Keep you know, exploring into programming and stuff. Never give up with programming. That's one thing. It always presents challenges. And in the meantime, I want you all to have fun.